Hi students, as in previous class, we discussed about the importance of controlling. So why the function of controlling is to be performed by a management system in an organization? What are the benefits that the firm is going to get by performing the function of controlling? Hope you all understood the concept. Now in this class I will going to discuss about the limitations or the problems which are involved in the function of controlling. As already you will learn about what are the benefits of controlling, but there are also some problems which are associated with the function of controlling. Let us discuss what are those problems or drawbacks of controlling. There are mainly 4 problems which are associated with controlling. Let us discuss. The first limitation is difficulty in setting standards. Already you know about the meaning of standard. What is standard? Standard means it is an target. It can be referred as an yardstick against which the actual performance is to be measured. Setting of the target for entire department, individual or an entire organization, that is to be treated as standard. There are mainly 2 types of standards. One is quantitative standard, then second is qualitative standard. Already while explaining the process of controlling, I was explained about those 2 types of standards. Here the controlling will become effective when the standards are to be set in quantitative terms. So the function of controlling will become effective, will become successful when the standards can be set in quantitative forms. It's nothing but in numbers. When the standards can be set in numbers, it is easy to measure and compare the progress and performance. But there are certain factors that are to be measured, but it cannot be set in quantitative terms. Those are job satisfaction of employee, customer satisfaction regarding about using of the product. So like those are the factors which cannot be expressed in numerical terms. We cannot able to evaluate. So it becomes difficult to evaluate the job satisfaction, customer satisfaction. So those things will not be evaluated effectively up to the mark. Therefore, the controlling fails in evaluating the qualitative standards. It only gets successful when the factors or work can be expressed in numerical terms only. Therefore, the explanation is very simple. The controlling can be effective when the standards are set in quantitative terms, but the function of control fails when the standards are in qualitative manner. So it is difficult to fix the numbers for job satisfaction, customer satisfaction, employee moral. To all those things we cannot able to give a numbers. Therefore, it is difficult in setting standards. Even though if it is a quantitative standard, it is difficult because the capability of workers and employees will be different from one to another. My capability is different, some other employee capability is different, my knowledge is different and other employee knowledge is different, but the management has gave a same target means sometimes it become difficult to the employees to reach the target. That time also get the controlling failure. That is the first disadvantage. Then second is little control over external factors. So here the function of controlling get successful in controlling the internal factors, but it gets failure or it have a little control over external factors. External factors means the factors which are from the outside of an organization. The factors which are from the outside of an organization, all those factors are called as external factors. Which are those? Say for example, change in government policy, change in technology, change in interest rate, increased competition in a market. Those are the factors where the controlling also have a little chance of getting success. You made a plan to achieve something, but in future prospect there is any changes made in these factors means it may have direct or indirect effect on achieving the goals. So even if you performing the function of controlling, we cannot able to completely avoid that problem. We will get an effect by certain external factors. Therefore, the system of control get failure in controlling the external factors like government policy changes, technological changes, change in interest rate, tax rate, increased competition, etc. Then third is resistance to change. Here resistance means oppose. Who is going to oppose? There is an oppose from the employees when the change is implemented in the organization. Already I told you that the change is always continuous in nature. We should adopt the change as per the period. So according to the changes, we should adjust and we should implement those factors and run the business. Therefore, but sometimes the employees may oppose to implement the changes in organization. In which matter the employee oppose to implement the change? Say for example, installation of CCTV cameras. When the company installing CCTV cameras like punching system and installing biometric attendance to the employees, when the company is implementing all these changes in the organization, the employee may feel that the company is not having confidence on us. The company, they do not have trust on us. They feel that we are not working properly. That is the reason they are installing CCTV cameras. They are using the method of punching system. they are installing biometric attendance system, they may feel that in a way and they are going to oppose to implement those changes. So sometimes it become difficult to control all those oppose or all those resistance from more number of employees. That is the third limitation of controlling, that is resistance to change from employees. Then last factor is controlling is a costly affair or costly process. So we need to spend certain amount of expenditure while performing the function of controlling. So that is, we need to collect the data, we need to analyze the data, we need to compare the actual performance with the standards, we need to identify and scan and analyze the problem and taking of solutions, getting the suggestion by the experts, using the various techniques in controlling. All those factors and all those activities may lead to incurring of spending more amount of expenditure. That is why it leads to more amount of cost. Therefore, it is a costly affair or the costly process. And also it consumes some time also, because we cannot able to measure and compare and evaluate, take the corrective actions. All these stages may not be done in a day. So it also has some time also. It requires certain time to analyze the problem, to find out the proper remedy to resolve the problem. Therefore, it also consumes some time and it also have incurring some amount of expenditure. That is why it is a costly affair or costly process. All these four about the limitations of controlling. So it is also very important concept, importance and limitations of controlling.